Welcome home to the Nostalgia Nest, where yesterday never truly fades. Imagine a time when safety was an afterthought, and every day carried a dash of daring. From the foods we devoured to the toys we adored, mid-century America thrived on adventure. Sometimes reckless, always unforgettable. Today we're diving into the untamed side of retro life. The banned items, risky trends, and dangerous habits that defined a generation. Some will make you laugh, others might make you wince. But every story will make you whisper, "Did we really do that?" So grab a bowl of frosted cereal, lean back in your vinyl recliner, and join us as we relive an era where freedom meant risk, and danger came wrapped in bright packaging. Smash subscribe, and let's begin. The golden age of smoke. Before no smoking signs dotted every wall, smoke wasn't a vice, it was an accessory. The 1960s and 70s wrapped the habit in allure, confidence, and rebellion. Picture a living room glowing under the haze of cigarette smoke, shag carpet, amber glass ashtrays, and the comforting crackle of a Zippo lighter. Doctors endorsed cigarette brands, airlines offered smoking sections, and billboards towered with icons like the Marlboro Man, a cowboy who sold the American dream one puff at a time. Even cartoons joined in. Characters like Popeye or Bugs Bunny puffed cigars for laughs, shaping how children saw adulthood. Cigarette vending machines lined bowling alleys and diners, where a handful of change could buy a pack. No age checks, no warnings, no guilt. Then came the awakening. Medical studies exposed the truth. Cool turned deadly. In 1971, the Public Health Cigarette Smoking Act banned TV and radio ads for tobacco. By the 90s, sponsorships and print ads followed. The cultural tide shifted from acceptance to avoidance as smoking bans reshaped American life. Today, lighting up indoors feels unthinkable. Yet those who grew up then recall a strange nostalgia, not for the smoke, but for the atmosphere it symbolized. Freedom, rebellion, a time when even danger had glamour. Next up, a different addiction: sugar. The 1970s and 80s were a candy-colored explosion of sweetness and chaos. Saturday mornings meant cartoons and cereal. Commercial breaks were hypnotic parades of mascots and jingles. Tony the Tiger, Toucan Sam, Lucky the Leprechaun, each promising adventure in every spoonful. Kids shouted, laughing, laughed, and sang along, racing to pour rainbow flakes into oversized bowls. Back then, nutrition labels barely existed. Cereals claimed to be what part of a balanced breakfast, even when they were 50% sugar and food dye. Some included toys inside the box, tiny figurines, stickers, and even plastic jewelry that sent choking rates skyrocketing. But for kids, the risk was part of the fun. The snack aisles were a playground too. Pez dispensers, bubble tape, and glass bottles of Coca-Cola made every sugar hit feel like celebration. School lunches featured pudding cups, neon drinks, and snacks fried in trans fats, none of which would pass FDA tests today. By the late 1980s, parents and pediatricians started pushing back. Rising obesity rates and tooth decay turned the sugar craze into a cautionary tale. The Children's Television Act of 1990 restricted junk food ads during kids' programming, and the neon mascots began to fade. Still, the nostalgia for that chaos endures. Because beyond the cavities and calories, those candy-coated years represented something bigger: imagination, joy, and the wild, untamed flavor of youth when toys could hurt you. If the sugar didn't get you, the toys might.
Retro America's toy box was a thrilling danger zone, part playground, part minefield. Take lawn darts, metal-tipped missiles meant for family fun. Thousands of kids learned about gravity the hard way until the product was banned in 1988. Or the Atomic Energy Lab, a 1950s chemistry set that included actual radioactive material. Imagine unwrapping that under the Christmas tree. Playgrounds were another battlefield. Steel slides hot enough to fry an egg, merry-go-rounds that spun like carnival rides, and concrete floors that laughed at helmets. Meanwhile, easy-bake ovens doubled as burn machines, and cap guns fired real sparks near drapes made of flammable nylon. Parents didn't panic. They patched wounds with pride. Every scar became a badge of honor, a story told around dinner tables. Today, safety certifications dominate toy packaging, and playsets are padded, plastic, and predictable. But the toys of yesterday built resilience, and sometimes fearlessness. They taught a generation how to fall, how to get back up, and how to laugh through danger. So far, we've braved the smoke, the sugar, and the sizzling toys that defined childhood chaos. But that's only half the story. Because the real wildness wasn't just in what we played with. It was what we watched, believed, and advertised. Now, we'll rewind through banned commercials, lost infomercials, and the urban legends that shaped America's fears. The era of dangerous daily habits. Not every hazard came in a box or a candy wrapper. Some were simply part of daily life, the kind of risks everyone accepted without blinking. Picture this. A family of 5 piled into a station wagon with fake wood panels and no seatbelts. The kids bounce around the back seat like popcorn as Dad smokes with one hand on the wheel and Mum passes sandwiches from a Tupperware container. The air smells like vinyl, gasoline, and freedom. It was a time before airbags, before child seats, before safety first became a national motto. Riding in the open bed of a pickup truck wasn't rebellious, it was routine. Inside the home, hazards were hidden in plain sight. Kitchen counters glistened with lead-based paint. Gas stoves hissed beside plastic curtains. Electric bar heaters with exposed coils doubled as quick cigarette lighters. Hairdryers had no grounding wires. And cleaning supplies, full of ammonia, bleach, and who knows what, were kept under the sink within arm's reach of curious toddlers. We can laugh about it now, but the era's casual approach to safety bordered on cinematic madness. Parents used butter to treat burns and cigarettes to chase away mosquitoes. Kids played under power lines, chased fogging trucks spraying DDT, and rode bikes downhill without helmets. And yet, we survived. Maybe that's why those memories feel oddly heroic, like life itself was one long dare. Because in retro America, risk wasn't a warning label, it was a lifestyle. Lost and banned TV ads. Turn on the TV in 1975 and you'd enter a world of commercials that would make today's advertisers faint. Tobacco ads led the charge, elegant, persuasive, and everywhere. The Marlboro Man, Virginia Slim's women, even celebrity endorsements made cigarettes look like tickets to freedom. Athletes smoked on camera, and talk show hosts kept ashtrays on set. When the government finally banned these ads from radio and television in the early 70s, it marked a seismic shift in American culture. But the marketing madness didn't stop there. The late 70s and 80s were an advertising free-for-all. Beer and liquor ads targeted teens with rock music and humor. Toy commercials showed children launching projectiles across the living room. Infomercials promised miracle gadgets, from slicers that could cut through a penny to blenders that occasionally exploded mid-use.
Children's cartoons doubled as commercials, with toy lines like He-Man, G.I. Joe, and Transformers turning Saturday mornings into marketing goldmines. Nobody talked about ad ethics back then. The louder, brighter, and more absurd, the better. Some ads aged poorly too. Gender stereotypes, unsafe product claims, and politically incorrect humor were common. Car companies bragged about horsepower, not airbags. Cleaning brands promised whiter than white, often masking chemical dangers that would later face recalls. By the 1990s, a wave of consumer protection laws, lawsuits, and rising awareness finally tamed the chaos. But ask anyone who lived it, those commercials weren't just ads. They were time capsules, snapshots of a world that believed in convenience over caution, style over science. And truth be told, there's still a thrill in remembering that bold, unfiltered era of marketing mayhem.
The age of chain letters, urban legends, and superstitions. Long before email spam and clickbait headlines, there were chain letters, the original viral trend. In the 1970s and 80s, these mysterious envelopes arrived in your mailbox, promising good fortune if you copied and sent them to 10 friends, or bad luck if you broke the chain. Some included cryptic stories, a soldier who ignored the letter and met tragedy, or a housewife who struck it rich after following instructions. For kids and teens, they were part game, part superstition. You'd anxiously decide, do you risk it or do you play along? It was a small act of faith in a pre-digital world, proof that even boredom had consequences. Then came the urban legends, the whispers about razor blades hidden in Halloween candy, the babysitter who got a phone call from inside the house, the vanishing hitchhiker on a lonely road. These tales spread from schoolyards to local news, each retelling adding more drama until myth and memory blurred. Superstitions ruled everyday life too. Don't open umbrellas indoors, step on a crack, break your mother's back. Knock on wood, carry a rabbit's foot, avoid black cats. Parents passed them down like protective spells, quirky, harmless rituals in a world where danger felt omnipresent. Looking back, it's easy to see those fears and fables as cultural glue, shared stories that made life's uncertainties feel manageable. Before the internet, word-of-mouth myths connected communities. They made the world smaller, stranger, and endlessly fascinating. Today, chain letters live on as memes, and urban legends spread faster online than any postman could deliver. But nothing beats the chill of unfolding a mysterious paper from your mailbox, reading the eerie promise in bold letters, and wondering if maybe, just maybe, it might be true. So far, we've wandered through a world of smoke-filled rooms, sugar highs, dangerous toys, and the myths that haunted our childhoods. We've seen how advertising pushed limits and how belief itself could become a cultural hazard. But how did America move from danger to discipline? How did we trade carefree chaos for safety signs, warning labels, and regulations that now shape our lives? The birth of safety and the end of reckless freedom. By the early 1990s, America was changing. The same country that once sold radioactive toys and cartoon-endorsed cigarettes was now obsessed with warning labels, parental advisories, and product recalls. The carefree chaos of the past had met its reckoning. Lawsuits piled up, consumer watchdogs gained influence, talk shows exposed product dangers that once seemed harmless. Car manufacturers boasted about airbags and seatbelts instead of horsepower. Factories reformulated snacks to remove dyes and trans fats. Toys underwent strict testing before they ever reached store shelves. This new era of safety didn't just happen. It was born from pain, loss, and awareness.
The fire hazards, choking incidents, and toxic products of the mid-century had taken their toll. By the 2000s, safety became a selling point, not an afterthought. And yet, something got lost along the way. The thrill of trial and error faded. Children grew up in padded playgrounds, while adults navigated a world of disclaimers and safety seals. We traded risk for reassurance, uncertainty for control. Still, nostalgia lingers like the faint scent of bubblegum and gasoline. Those wild decades remind us of a time when curiosity was unchecked, when danger was the price of wonder. Because in every vintage toy, every banned ad, and every faded cereal box lies a quiet truth. Freedom, even flawed, once defined who we were.
The nostalgia boom, reclaiming retro. Then came the Great Return. By the late 2010s and beyond, a new wave of nostalgia swept across America. Suddenly, the dangerous decades were cool again. Vinyl records reappeared in stores. Classic cars cruised small-town parades. Kids who once played with metal toys grew up to collect them, proudly displaying once banned items like trophies of resilience. Streaming platforms revived retro cartoons and commercials, complete with their unfiltered charm. Old-school video games resurfaced. Fashion borrowed from bell-bottoms and bomber jackets. Even soda brands relaunched vintage recipes with original sugar. But nostalgia isn't just aesthetic, it's emotional. It's the ache for imperfection, the craving for tangible experiences in a digital world. Millennials and Gen Xers, tired of algorithms and screens, rediscovered comfort in the analog chaos of their childhoods. The nostalgia boom became a billion-dollar industry, proof that the past never really leaves us. There are podcasts dissecting 1980s commercials, YouTube channels dedicated to retro toys, and collectors trading old PEZ dispensers like rare art. And in that revival lies irony. The very items once deemed unsafe now symbolize authenticity. They remind us of simpler days, when risk meant adventure, not anxiety. The clack of a cassette, the hiss of an old TV, the smell of fireworks on summer nights. These aren't just memories. They're echoes of freedom. That's what the Nostalgia Nest celebrates. Not recklessness, but realness. A reminder that growing up in an imperfect world shaped tougher, more curious souls. The lessons of a wild generation. Every generation inherits its dangers. For our grandparents, it was war and hardship. For the mid-century kids, it was asbestos and unbuckled cars. For us today, it's digital overload and invisible threats. But there's something quietly beautiful about how previous generations lived. Raw, unsupervised, and full of discovery. They didn't have content moderation or smartphone warnings. They had scraped knees, real friendships, and stories worth retelling. When we look back at those unsafe decades, it's not about glamorizing risk. It's about remembering resilience. It's about laughing at the absurdity of drinking from garden hoses, chasing mosquito trucks, or handling fireworks with bare hands. It's the collective nostalgia that says, we survived, and somehow we thrived. That wild generation didn't just live dangerously. They lived deeply. And that brings us full circle. From the smoke-filled diners to the sugar-dusted kitchens, from the deadly toys to the superstitions that guided us. America's wild past was more than chaos. It was the forge of identity, freedom, and resilience. Maybe that's why nostalgia feels so powerful. It's not about wanting danger back.
It's about missing the spirit of discovery, the belief that life was meant to be lived, not padded. So, what about you? Did you survive the lawn darts, the sugary breakfasts, or the endless commercials that promised miracles? Did you ever send a chain letter or believe the rumors about Halloween candy? Share your memories in the comments. The funny, the frightening, the unforgettable. Hit like if you smiled, subscribe to join the Nostalgia Nest family, and share this journey with anyone who remembers when safety was just a suggestion. Until next time, stay curious, stay nostalgic, and keep your memories just a little bit wild.